Let's get another general reading. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So let's check and see what's going on. That's what I'm here for. Read the cards, read the energy, and let you guys know what's going on. If anything resonates, overstand, understand, meditate, stay focused. The good woman or the good Lord. A long road, a rich woman. Prison. Marriage. We'll take those. I was going to do 2 lines, but let's do 3. So, the good Lord, someone that people looks up to as a responsible, authoritative figure maybe, that's taking a long path, not seeing what's ahead. No one can see everything far ahead. Even when you're in a mission or on a test, you won't know until you're deep into the midst of it, and you'll get signs and you'll get synchronicities from your ancestors and your guides that will let you know that it is a mission that you're on, a test that is for you and for them, but it's up to you to know this and to get past the test. And this man is on this road, not seeing everything in advance. A rich girl, someone that likes to be seen, has some talents, but is a little bit into herself. Something to do with prison that she may be looking at. And this good Lord is in a marriage, possibly with a main female, and he's in his thoughts of being a false person or knowing of a false person, and someone doing magic in the background using voodoo dolls and herbs, and has a book that maybe they've been documenting this in, or a book that's being traced that they have in their possession. They're thieves, and they only want a lot of money. Their expectations are not being seen clearly right now, or what they're seeing that they were expecting to come in, it's not coming in, and they're headed to a court situation. This good Lord that someone is speaking to, this man, what is this conversation about with the good Lord? What is being needed? Someone that's being approached, that's standing their guard, being defensive. And they're on this path where they're wanting to hide, being dishonest, and lies and trickery. Deceit. So this man is seen, and he's wanting to stand his ground while he's on this journey, trying to get away with something sneaky and false. And he's not giving up this abuse of power for money. But clarity is seen of this fake character. And there's a rich girl. What's with this rich girl who was being someone wanting control, hoarding what they have, blocking changes from occurring, and wanting to celebrate with a community that is looking at prison? What's going on with this community? How is this community feeling? They're staying consistent and practical and feel they're being responsible in a court situation. What's with the court situation? The prison. For money. This good Lord is standing guard on this journey, wanting to hide the tricks, the lies, and the deceit, not wanting to give up, being stubborn, upset because they want to keep abusing the generosity of others, pretending like they're of charity. It's a fake charity. It's about selfishness, and it's poor financial planning. And they're just in need of control of a community that they have at a consistent, steady pace moving forward. And maybe this group doesn't realize they're heading straight to a court situation and possibly prison over financial gain. And of course, they're anticipating and expecting, still making these plans. What's with this married couple? This married couple, the card flew over here. This has been coming out a lot. A couple that's married, emotionally detached, they're hasty, in anxiety, having so much information in their mind, maybe it's just drawing confusion, causing them mental turmoil concerning a main female who has the Ace of Cups, who's always pouring into herself, has gone through emotional awakenings, in fulfillment, having her personal growth, a compassionate, creative woman who this group is trying to block love from. And this has this man in his thoughts. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. This man in his thoughts. Why is this man who's married in his thoughts? Because he's out in the cold, wasting money because he's making poor decisions, insecure, wanting to be isolated from being seen that he is really actually out in the cold, unemployed, and headed toward this person that's a false person that they've been doing magic with, in his thoughts about this magic and out in the cold. They were doing voodoo on this Queen of Pentacles, a nurturing healer that was reaping her benefits of her long-term success, seeing her results, putting in her hard work. And because she's doing that, and they're out in the cold because they've been wanting to hoard her achievements for themselves, I've never heard of such crazy whack jobs that are thieves only doing it for money, presenting fishy offers of fresh ideas for a brighter future. They're only a dreamer this couple, this female is a main thief. What about this? Landing sideways again. Blocked from domestic harmony. Blocked from being around family. Blocked from celebrations and having peace or having stability. And at the same time trying to block a tower. Something that's faded. These intense sudden changes. For money, will they be able to block this tower, Holy Spirit? Will they be able to block this tower? This lands sideways. One fell on the floor. They feel like they can get this abundance through constantly doing spell work. These are straight demons, I tell you. Straight demons, because no person in their right mind will spend this much time harassing someone else on their destiny instead of putting in the work themselves, thinking they can fool the universe. That's insanity at the fullest. That's why their expectations, they know they can't expect this. What is going to happen with these expectations of this magic being done for this abundance? All of these cards want to come out sideways. They're using their imagination, maybe finding someone new to come in, energetic and cheerful, a King of Cups energy. Coming in kind, cheerful. King of Cups are known to be innovative and trustworthy people. But this King of Cups is going to have to abandon this idea. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to keep it moving. All the offers that he has, it's not going anywhere with him. Which leaves them at a stagnation. They need to gain new perspective, but they're in a ruin. Mental breakdowns are occurring all over the place for this deep betrayal and the wounds that they have held within that is causing a collapse. This transition, letting go of hatred and moving on, is allowing you to have celebrations and to be able to connect with people of like minds and to create friends. A King of Wands, a protective, natural-born leader, a visionary, magnetic, faithful, inspiring person is encouraged to be creative and take the opportunity with this High Priestess. Someone that's intuitive, divine feminine energy, aware of her spirituality and her inner voice, a wise woman who knows when to speak and when not to, who holds the book of secrets. This is judgment. Judgment for the reflection and inner calling, answering her call, awakening others to what is going on behind the scenes in the spiritual world, the realms unseen, but have a lot to do with the life that you live and the things that you do see, which you should become more aware of synchronicities. This has come to a complete fulfillment. She is surrounded by her guides and ancestors. She has a sense of belonging within herself. She feels whole and happy. And she is one that will bear it all in front of all the world to see and celebrate for unity. She is not feeling trapped or powerless. She's not feeling unproductive or a victim or a prisoner to a King of Swords who's been working hard. Mastering to duplicate the energy. Feeling he has endless choices, many opportunities to continue to come in with these romance offers and charm. Knight of Cups and a Knight of Wands will receive their justice. They will have to carry their own burdens. Higher authority is aware and communicating what is known. Being a child of Ra, bearing all of your fruitfulness and the maturity and growth and having success in the truth. A Queen of Wands energy, and this was fated. No one can stop this. The only thing you're doing is setting fire to your own downfall as we get to watch. We didn't ask to watch, but it's going to be so seen. You can't help it. Peace.